Well, we're just a few hours away from the brand new fourth film. Get ready as I bring to you a review of the previous installment of one of the most intensest action flicks to come out in the last decade, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Big Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2019 neo-noir action thriller flick John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, or simply John Wick Chapter 3, released by Lionsgate for Summit Entertainment. Film is directed by Chad Stahelski, who of course, directed the other film, the first two films, and of course, he just directed the fourth film, which is coming up. Written by Derek Kolstad, Shay Haddon, Chris Collins, and Mark Abrams, based on a story by Kolstad. Starring Keanu Reeves back again as the title character, along with Halle Berry, Laurence Fishburne, Mark Dacascos, Asia Kate Dillon, Lance Reddick, Anjelica Huston, Ian McShane. This time around, John is going on the run from a legion of hitmen after a bounty is placed for his murder in the end of the last film. This film was so awesome. I really liked this just as much as the other one. Anyway, this film was going to be a big hit, even for Lionsgate and Summit. Now, before I get into this, click on that card. If you haven't seen my reviews of the first two John Wick flicks, it's a new playlist I created, so that way you can watch my first two film reviews on that, in case you might have missed them, or if you want to see them again if you'd like, before you get into this review. So, just give me a few seconds. Okay, now, on with the story. John Wick is making his way through Manhattan before he is labeled excommunicado for the unauthorized killing of high-table crime lord Santino D'Antonio, if you recall at the end of the last film. At the New York Public Library, John retrieves a marker medallion and a rosary. He is injured in a fight with another hitman, Ernest, and seeks medical treatment from an underworld doctor. His excommunicado status activates before the doctor can finish, forcing John to complete the searching of himself. Well, you know what I'm saying. Upon leaving, he is quickly pursued by various gangs of assassins, all of whom he kills. John meets with the director, the head of the Ruscaroma Crime Syndicate, where he presents the rosary and demands a passage to Casablanca. As John was once a member, the director reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, a high-table adjudicator meets with New York Continental manager Winston and the Bowery King, notifying them that they both have 7 days to resign from their positions for helping John. The adjudicator enlists Zero, a Japanese assassin, and orders him to stab the director through both of his hands. Not hair. I'm getting tired. I'm not seeing right. Her hands as penance for aiding John. In Casablanca, John meets Sophia, a former friend and manager of the Moroccan Continental. John presents the medallion which binds Sophia to return a debt and demands to be directed to the elder, the only person above the high table. Sophia begrudgingly takes John to Barada, her former boss, who tells John he may find the elder by wandering through the desert until he can no longer walk. When Sophia refuses to give Barada one of her trained Belgian Malinois, he shoots the dog, but hits its bulletproof vest. John prevents Sophia from killing Barada, and they fight their way out of the Casbah and drive into the desert, where she leaves John. 7 days later, the adjudicator and Zero confront the Bowery King, who refuses to abdicate his position. In response, Zero's students slaughter his men while the Bowery King is slashed 7 times with wakizashi. Meanwhile, John collapses in the desert and is brought to the elder. John states that he wants to live to keep the memory of the love he once had with his late wife. The elder agrees to forgive John if he kills Winston and remains subservient to the high table for the remainder of his life. To show his fealty, John severs his ring finger and gives his wedding ring to the elder. And now for the final act and ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. John returns to New York and is attacked by Zero and his students before reaching the protection of the Continental. The adjudicator arrives, but Winston refuses to abdicate, and John refuses to kill him, leading the adjudicator to revoke the Continental's neutral status and send both Zero and an army of heavily armed high table enforcers to kill John and Winston. Winston provides John with weapons and the assistance of Concierge Sean and his staff. After killing all the enforcers, John is ambushed by Zero and his students. John proceeds to kill all but 2. Zero battles John but is eventually defeated and left to die. On the roof of the Continental, the adjudicator agrees to a parley with Winston, who offers fealty to the high table. John arrives, Winston shoots him, and John falls to the street below. Winston reassumes his position, and the severely injured John is secretly delivered to the Bowery King in an underground bunker. The two agree to join forces against the High Table. End of story. Until the next one. So what did I think of John Wick Chapter 3? Well, I've got to say, I really, really like this. Again, as I've said, I liked it just about as much as the last film. And let me tell you, it was intense. I mean, action starts just 7 minutes into this movie, and I gotta tell you, it was awesome. Now, like the last film, critics gave this positive reviews for its action sequences, visual style, and Reeves' performance. And to this day, it's the highest grossing film in the franchise to this day. But for how long? Who knows? The film went on to make $327 million worldwide. It made more in the U.S. and Canada, with $171 million and $155 million overseas, as it was released in May of 2019. And it did better than the other previous openings, the other films that opened, which were A Dog's Journey and The Sun Is Also a Star. Anyway, it managed to do well, surpassing Avengers Endgame to top the box office. But then, of course, soon it lost to the Aladdin remake. But still, it did exceptionally really good. The film holds an 89% certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, just like the last film. According to the Rotten Tomatoes, they say this film reloads for another hard-hitting round of the brilliantly choreographed, over-the-top action that fans of the franchise demand. Definitely, and I like it. Now, one of the reviewers on RogerEbert.com called it a work of pop cinema so blissfully, albeit brutally, entertaining that you come out of it feeling even more resentful of its multiplex neighbors for not making a similar effort. Yes, I have to say, I gotta give it credit and what have you. It went on to win numerous awards. It won a couple of Golden Tomato Awards. That's Rotten Tomatoes Awards, as a matter of fact. And, lots of others. It won, it's 2 nominations at the IGN Awards. It won all of its Golden Trailer Awards. Yeah, so many awards. So anyway, I think this was really something. The story was really good too. And its score, which was once again done by Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard, was exceptionally good too, with the exception of the new song by Gavin Rossdale and Bush called Bullet Holes, which that was awesome. I heard that song on the radio once this right about the time this film right at the time this film came out. Yeah. So anyway, again, the story was good. So was the choreographed action scenes. Yeah. Keanu Reeves, once again great as John Wick. Really something. Halle Berry's on board as Sophia. She's really good. Laurence Fishburne once again plays the Bowery King. He was good. Mark Dacascos plays Zero. Asia K. Dillon plays the Adjudicator. The late Lance Reddick, whom we lost a week ago, plays Charon once more. Anjelica Huston plays the director, and Ian McShane once again plays Winston Scott. So anyway, I really like the performances from the main cast. Anyway, John Wick Chapter 3 is so action-packed and what have you, but would I recommend it? I'd say hell yeah. If you like the first two, then you're going to love this one just as much. But anyway, John Wick Chapter 3, awesome. Of course, very soon I'll be giving you a spoiler-free review of the new John Wick Chapter 4 coming up. It also has a spin-off film for Ballerina, which is one of the which is actually based on the ballerina assassin Rooney. Yes, I didn't. Yes, who is played by Unity Phelan, which we'll see that in the future. So, and there's also to be a TV series in the works called The Continental. So, I hope that's good. So anyway, check out John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. You will definitely love it. But what did you think of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned. I will be giving you a review of John Wick Chapter 4 possibly tomorrow. We'll see. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, check out my reviews for these other action-packed flicks. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of a film Keanu Reeves did after he did this one. That's The Matrix Resurrections from 2021. I do believe, yes, from 2021. The upper right-hand corner is my review of a recent action-packed movie, and that's Violent Night from last December. Or, if you'd like something classic, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of the original Die Hard. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.